Hello, it is Direct Mail Monday, January 24th, 2022. Steve Cypress here. I believe we are live. Can't tell. Facebook says we are, then it says we're not. Now it says we are. So, welcome to Direct Mail Monday, January 24th, 2022. Steve Cypress here. And what is going on? Let's see. Thank you, Facebook. There we are. Oh my goodness. You normally record my Facebook Live videos on my phone every day, as I've done for the past almost 5 years now. But on Direct Mail Monday, I like to use the camera so I have my hands free and I can share an example. And all bets are off with this Facebook live video creator, recorder, whatever they call it. It's a mess. As you know, if you're here on Direct Mail Mondays. So I think I put in the title something about a surefire way to get people to read your message. Well, of course, they need to first open, whether it's the envelope or on an email, they need to open the email before they are able to read the message, right? I mean, there might be a little preview on an email of like one or two lines. There might be, you might put what's called teaser copy on the outside of an envelope, photo enclosed, or your such and such is enclosed, or here's your whatever, or look inside for a special. Same as the subject line on an email, the teaser copy on an envelope and a paper envelope is to get it opened. But when really almost guaranteed way to get it open is make your direct mail piece or your email, but here it's Direct Mail Monday, we're using a direct mail piece for an example, to make it look like it's a personal message from somebody your prospect knows. And I can show you how well this will work because my beautiful wife Michelle brought this to me. It was hand addressed, not a fake hand addressed font or anything, actually hand addressed with pen, ink to our home, and with a cryptic. Now I should have opened on the other side if I thought I was going to share it here on Direct Mail Monday, or even if I thought there was a chance. But I chopped it up a little bit. But it's a cryptic kind of return address of like I don't know. It's a like sent slash op and some address. So and then a live stamp, so hand in a plain number 10 envelope looks like it's a letter from somebody, but do we don't know anyone at that address. Don't know anyone with the name sent slash OP. What's that all about? But it does have a live stamp. And we were like, okay. So first thing I did, I was like, come on, I don't know anyone at that address. I don't know what it is, who's sending me something. Stephen, it's made out to. Nobody calls me Stephen. Not even my mom called me Stephen. So only the government or agencies do. And we know, I digress. We know how much we like them. So a little suspect right away. So I looked up the address. I typed it into a search engine, and I think it was an empty lot. Came up as an empty lot. So I'm like, aha, oh yeah. And then we had this whole discussion about all the non-election fraud that didn't exist because all elections are perfect, and this was the most secure election ever. And there wasn't tens of thousands of votes coming from empty lots and churches and all kinds of vacant property and all kinds of nonsense. So we got into that. I said, see, there's an example of what didn't, of course, didn't happen in the 2020 election because we all know it was completely honest and up on the up and up, and there were no dead people voting, and there were no people that moved out of the state voting. There were no votes that came mailed in from vacant lots and were harvested and all. Of course, there was none of that. So we had a discussion about how here's an example of that none of that ever happened. But anyway, I digress. Open it up, and sure enough, it was not actually from a friend or anyone we knew, but it did the job. I opened it up, and that's the number one job of your direct mail piece. Number one job of your email. Number one job of a phone call is to get people to want to know more. Number one job of a post on social media or of videos to get people to click on the video. So again, this applies to everything, but I'm using direct mail as an example. And it's a handwritten letter from someone I never heard of. Now that I look at the name, I didn't remember this. He doesn't even give a last name. He signs it sincere. Yeah, sorry. Oh, with all the mention of how perfect and on the up and up the last election was, sure enough, the letter is sincerely Brandon. So let's go, Brandon. Send me a letter. But as it ends up, it's got a positive message. Hello, I'm writing to you today to share a comforting thought. In today's troubled world, anxiety and problems surround us, and many find dealing with it extremely difficult. Passive tense, so very poor writing here. But it's probably written by a kid who has to write a certain number of these to pass his to the next stage of whatever spiritual training he's going through. And I have an idea what spiritual training because he does include there a call to action of go to the website jw.org. For those of you that don't know, don't follow marketing or anything else, and are not up and on websites and get lots of uh, listen to phone calls or when people knock on the door or get their direct mail. But I love sales messages. I not only like to consume them and learn from them, but I teach them as I'm doing here. So I'm well aware that jw.org means Jehovah's Witnesses website. And so I'm guessing this is a young somebody in Jehovah's Witnesses who had to write certain number of these to reach their whatever. One thing I thought was very interesting, he's using whiteout. How about that? Dating myself. Back in the day, we used whiteout. Where's it on here with the camera reverse if I can show it? There it is. So over the words, under the words, whatever he had written before, and then it says, and, where's it on the camera? All right, well, trust me, there's some white out there. Oh, there it is. So whatever it said before, which see I can see through on the back, it said something. Put some white out. It says and to. So to learn more and to find more encouraging thoughts, totally free of charge, visit jw.org. There's the call to action. If you have any questions, you can reach me at anticipategood@gmail.com. So really well done here. We've got a vanity type of URL that speaks to the benefit of clicking on it or emailing it. It's a vanity, not the URL. Take it back. The URL is the website, but it's also not a giveaway. Doesn't say Jehovah's Witnesses.org. It's JW. Hey, what's that? JW. Maybe it's a person named John Williams. Maybe it's a company I don't know about or whatever. So, my beautiful wife, when she read it, she was like, that's really a nice message. God loves you and blah 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 blah, and this is all good, and lots of people are going through lots of troubles out there. Everyone in some way is going through some troubles. As entrepreneurs, we're always going through challenges, and so it's nice to get a comforting message. And so we would have likely never read such a message if it said, almost certainly if it said on the return address, this is from the Jehovah's Witnesses, or this is from a Jehovah's Witness, or anything like that. So well done. Same with your message. If you want to get it read, you need to get it opened, and to get it opened, it helps to do what we call, it goes by lots of names, disguised, sneak up, where you do not put the return address of your business. Now, I don't know about putting a vacant lot, but hey, it worked or it didn't work. Of course, it never, in an election, that never happens because all elections are perfect. And this is the most secure one ever. And everyone knows that, of course, the election results were as they were reported, perfect, not as they were first reported, as they were reported after they sent everyone home and started counting the other ballots and started bringing in truckloads of ballots, which of course never happened because none of that happened. And there's no evidence, there's no proof, and everyone knows that the current president got the most votes of anyone ever. Of course, just look at him. Obviously, he inspires so much confidence and excitement that there's no doubt he inspired the largest vote total ever, and it came especially from battleground states. Amazingly, in state he did so much better than Obama in battleground states, and on and on and on. But anyway, I digress. So there it is. Today's direct mail piece example of a sneak up, a not pre broadcast that this is a commercial message, or this is from a stranger, or this is trying to sell you something. In this case, selling you on an idea or a concept. Everyone's always selling somebody on something, even if it's just selling ourselves on getting to work, on motivation, on reaching our goals, on taking action. So everyone's always selling something. And before you're going to be able to sell someone, they've got to hear, see, or read your message. And disguising it as a personal message is one great way to get it done. That'll do it for Direct Mail Monday, January 24th, 2022. Thanks for being here today. I will catch you back here again tomorrow on Topical Tuesday. Signing off. Click and